All I'm saying is that Thug's trial makes O.J. Simpson's case look clean as if you know, you know. I've been trying to rank the craziest that's happened over the course of the YSL case, and I'm torn between someone trying to smuggle in perkies in the middle of the courtroom or a hacker broadcasting porn during a hearing. It's hilarious. Somebody's gotta say it, so let me be the first. Young Thug's trial is a total joke. On any given day, there's something going wrong. I'm talking about people screaming during trial, jurors being punished by judges, lawyers being arrested, fans hacking into the courtroom live feed and playing porn, everything you can imagine. There's been delay after delay, including one because one of Young Thug's co-defendants was stabbed while he was locked up. Basically, the YSL RICO case is part reality show and part horror movie. And while this all sounds ridiculous, because it is, it doesn't change the fact that Young Thug is in the middle of one of the most consequential and controversial court cases in the history of music. Not only is Young Thug being accused of being one of Atlanta's most formidable gang leaders, but prosecutors are entering his lyrics and music videos as evidence of wrongdoing. A lot of activists are saying that this not only violates Thugger's First Amendment rights, but it also sets a dangerous precedent where rappers' artistry might be weaponized against them. Young Thug is a Grammy-winning artist, he's top Billboard, worked with everyone from Elton John to Camila Cabello to Drake, and he's also being accused of being a criminal mastermind. Unfortunately, the seriousness of this moment has been overshadowed by all the shit that's gone wrong in the courtroom. This whole saga started way back in May of 2022 when Young Thug, aka Jeffery Williams, aka Thugger, was arrested as a part of a huge RICO indictment. Thug's record label YSL was accused of being a highly active criminal organization with Thug as its alleged ringleader. Fonnie Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, claimed that Thug was so influential that members of YSL discussed getting his permission to greenlight a hit on YFN Lucci, Thug's top rival. And while Thug was easily the highest profile name in the RICO indictment, 27 others were also arrested and folded into the conspiracy case, including Sergio Kitchens, aka Gunna, one of YSL's most popular artists. But since those indictments have gone down, nothing has gone according to plan. Part of this is because the YSL case is huge. While the case started with 28 co-defendants, over time that number has been whittled down. Part of the reason for that is because some of the co-defendants were severed from the case for various reasons. For example, Set Trip, who was accused of trying to assassinate YFN Lucci on Young Thug's orders, was recently diagnosed with schizophrenia and claimed that both Joe Biden and Donald Trump were working together to give him legal advice. While it'd definitely be interesting to see Biden and Trump finally come together to help bail Set Trip out of a murder charge, prosecutors instead decided to untangle Set Trip from the RICO case. In other instances, some of Thugger's co-defendants have pled out and made deals with prosecutors. Some of the people Thug was arrested with could potentially be testifying against him, and the most famous of these is definitely Gunna. After spending over half a year in jail, footage leaked of Gunna pleading guilty and confirming to prosecutors that YSL was a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
This got Gunna out of jail. He's been accused of snitching on Thug and YSL, leading to Gunna's closest former collaborators like Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and 21 Savage to label him a rat, even though Gunna's lawyer insists that his client's statements can't be used against Thug in court. By the time the YSL trial actually started, Thug went from having 27 co-defendants to just 5. Then there was the jury selection process, which took an exhausting 10 months just to get through. The court had to narrow down a prospective pool of 2,000 potential jurors to 12, with 6 alternatives. Because of how huge and complicated the case was, jurors were expected to devote anywhere between 6 and 9 months to serve on the YSL case. Naturally, this was a big demand, and a lot of potential jurors tried to opt out by claiming hardship. And during one major up, courtroom cameras accidentally exposed the faces of the seated jurors during the trial itself. The screenshot of jurors' faces went viral on social media. Revealing the identities of jurors could compromise their safety and lead to retaliation. In another weird episode, one of Thug's co-defendants, Khalif Adams, walked up to him in the middle of the courtroom and passed him a Percocet on camera during the jury selection process. Adams was immediately apprehended, and Thug gave up the pill right away. While Thug was cleared on any additional wrongdoing, the choice to hand off drugs during the court was a little bizarre. Then, months later in April of 2023, one defendant's defense attorney was arrested before a hearing when officers recovered contraband prescriptions on him during a checkpoint. That's a little crazy. By the time the actual criminal trial got underway on November 27th of 2023, Young Thug had been in jail for 567 days. His lawyers tried to get him bonded out not once, not twice, but 4 different times, only to be denied repeatedly by the judge, who claimed that Thug's bond requests were essentially him asking permission to harm others. The trial kicked off with a major viral moment when Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, claimed that Thug's name was actually an acronym that stood for Truly Humbled Under God, and that his song with Gunna, Pushin' P, actually meant pushing positivity. Who knows if it landed with the jury, but social media roasted the out of this moment. But just 2 weeks into the trial, one of Thug's co-defendants, Shannon Jackson, was stabbed multiple times in the Fulton County Jail, which is notorious for overcrowding and violence. Shannon Jackson, who is facing 2 murder charges, survived the stabbing, but the altercation delayed the trial even further, this time into January of 2024. By the time the trial got back underway in January, Young Thug made headlines for coming to court with a button-up shirt that said "Sex Records," which maybe not be the best gear to rock for a criminal conspiracy case, but what do I know? Just 2 days later, on January 10th, a Young Thug fan hacked into the trial over Zoom and screamed, "Free Thug, mistrial, free Thug, mistrial."
Free Thug, mistrial! Free Thug, mistrial!
This isn't even the first time someone hacked into the courtroom too. During an earlier YSL hearing, one of the courtroom computers was hacked to display a porn video, shocking everybody and sending attendees racing to turn it off. And in another viral incident, fans on social media spotted Thug wearing a weird rectangular device under his shirt with the wire dangling from the outside. People were confused and started speculating what it might be. An executive producer for the Law and Crime Network guessed it might be a heating pad, but there is no further confirmation. Fans also went crazy when Thug's defense attorney decided to play the music video for Lifestyle for the jury. The courtroom footage clearly shows one of Thug's lawyers bobbing his head while everyone else sits and watches with complete seriousness. It's safe to say that Thug was never really the average rapper. And honestly, he was never your average human being too, which is really what made him famous in the first place. Thug's entire career has been dogged with controversy and bizarre moments that sent a message that he did not play by the rules. In the process, he built YSL Records into a major brand that helped break a whole new generation of rap talent, from Gunna and Lil Baby to Lil Keed and Youngboy Never Broke Again. Somehow, all that anarchic, bizarro world energy Thug brought to the rap game also got transferred to his RICO case. We're fast approaching the 2-year anniversary of Young Thug's arrest, and his criminal trial is only just getting underway. The fact that there's so many chaotic stories just from the lead up to his case is a good indication that there's more insanity ahead, so definitely stay tuned.